YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing super well, and if you are new here, hi, I'm Brooke and thank you for joining us. First things first, I'm just going to pop on here and say I'm redoing this bit of my room. So when I video in here, I'm gonna have some like fairy lights I think up here just to make it a little bit better. I'm gonna have some like inspirations. They send me like some inspiration if anyone's got some, and I'm also gonna make sure that I get a selfie light thing so it's a little bit better lighting, but I think it's okay for a minute. But yes, hi, if you are new here, I'm Brooke and I do all sorts of different videos, so make sure to subscribe, check them out and all of that jazz. But if you are a returning little subscriber, hi, I hope you're all doing well, and today I'm here to talk about a really important topic, I think, especially if you are the same age as me and you have just finished your first term at college. I have just finished it and it was a very different thing to what I thought it would be, a different experience and everything like that. So I'm going to do my top 10 things I've learned from this term in college, the first term. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this every term. I think it's just like a good thing to talk about and to let you guys know that you are not alone. I have had so many, literally so many people message me on Instagram telling me that how they feel the same, they haven't made amazing friendships or anything like that, and I'm just going to tell you right now, everyone is different. Some of these things might be different for you, but this is how. So the first one is, which is my top learn, is it's okay to be alone. I really thought I was going to go into college and I was going to make so many friends, I was going to chill with so many different kind of people, and I was just going to be like how I was in secondary school. I made loads of friends but I just got on with everyone. It's not the same as college, let me just tell you that. Because I'm doing a course, like an A-level, I'm not doing a course. We are with different people a lot of the time. I have different timetables to a lot of people that I know, and this means that you don't see these people constant. It's not like school, you're not with them 24 hours when you're with them. It doesn't really work like that. And to be fair with you, I've made some friends, of course I have. I'm going to school and sat by myself at every lunch and being a complete loner, but the thing is I have had my lunch by myself, and I done a really important story where I was thinking it's okay, people are growing themselves, people are having to be independent because you can't wait around for everyone. And for me, it is just the case that I want to do things. I want to go to get somewhere for lunch, I want to do something for my studies, and some people don't want to do that, and that's absolutely fine. But knowing that you can be alone is absolutely fine too, and knowing that you don't have to have a huge group of tight friends is okay too. It's okay to be alone, it's okay to just wander around by yourself. If you go to a college and they've got where you can go out into town, or if you go into college and you're just sitting by yourself at lunch, that is fine. People do their own stuff and people do realise that along the way, I think I like being independent for myself. Second one is freedom is scary, but it's really interesting and it's a lot of fun. So I found that I always knew that I would love college just because I got to do things when I wanted to do it. I got to do my own revision, I got to choose how I do my work, I got to organise my time and organise my space better. I was allowed to just go to the library when I wanted, I was allowed to just go and get a drink if I wanted. It's very, very different to school, let me tell you that. If you're in year 11 and you think jumping into 12 is going to be easy, it is so different. But I love the freedom, and it is scary because sometimes you come out of your lesson, you're like, oh my god, I don't have my group of girls to go to like I would have my secondary school. I would know exactly where I was going. I don't always know. I'm like, oh, what should I do now? Should I go get a drink? Should I go to the library? You've got to question it, but it really does make yourself a character building as well. I think it's really cool. I think it's interesting. I think college is so much better in the sense that you can just go home on the train, you can just dilly-dally on your way. There's obviously rules, but there's no stick and stone rules that you have to follow every single minute of it. I hope some people realise this. Number 3 is you don't have to have best friends in the first week. Now, I have seen so many from my college, a group of people who are now besties, and they can't live without each other and they need to be with each other 24/7, and if they're not, they'll freak out. It's okay not to have a best friend on the day. My bestie Becca, we went to my college together, so I've always had that kind of safety net for her. But I'm also not someone who's ever really been a girly girl. I've never had girl friends. A lot of them secondary school came last year. I was really quite close with a lot of girls. However, I've just found that I just get on with better with just myself, Dan, my mum, a few of my friends and things like that. So you do not have to have a best friend in the first week. I think it's ridiculous personally, and that's my opinion, but I think that you don't have to, if you feel like, oh, I'm going to school and I don't have that one person that I know I'm going to be able to count on, that's absolutely fine. Let yourself see what kind of group you like. If you might get, the worst thing is that my mum told me was, you're going to get into a group and you might not like it and you might be stuck with that person because they might just not know, and you might not have the balls to actually say, I'm actually not really enjoying my time here. So make sure you pick wisely. That's all I'm saying. It is tiring. Now, I didn't actually realise how tiring it was maybe until like maybe the third week. The first week was okay, second week was like, ugh. But then I got to the third week and I was coming home and I was like, I need a nap. To be fair with you, it's tiring in the sense that I think my lessons are an hour and a half long, and I was never like, I never was used to that. I used to have like 55-minute lessons. It is tiring. You're doing still only, if you're doing A-levels, 3 lessons, 3 studies, which is so much easier than all the GCSEs, but in the sense that it's just so much context, and also the fact that if you are going to college, you have to make your way there, you have to just, it is tiring, and it's the mindset. It's not just like tiring on your mind, it's actually tiring on your body, and you feel like, oh my god, I need a nap. I'm going to go on to more and about like the tiring and the workload and things, but just know that it is tiring. And if you are tired and if you are exhausted, use this half term to build yourself. Obviously, if you've got work to do, don't leave it until last minute, please. Like, that is like the worst thing you could possibly do. Some people like it, but I would just recommend not to. But have a break, have some chill time, spend some time with people that you enjoy. Yeah. So number 5 is actually going on from that. Stay on top of your work. So basically, as soon as I got my first set of work and I was first doing it, my media came along and we were learning straight away. We had no introduction, we just went in for it. I started making cue cards. So I'm using this as an example. I am now doing media and sociology cue cards already. I've already done sociology, and this is I've done 2 topics in sociology, and I've already done 1 topic cue cards and the second topic cue cards, and it has just made me feel so much better because now I've come onto half term and I haven't had to do that much. And for instance, I'm doing 2 normal A-levels and 1 coursework based. Obviously I'm doing photography, if you didn't know. Photography, you do have to stay on top because now a lot of people haven't, for instance, done their coursework and now they've come to half term and they've got to do it all. So all I've got to say is make sure you stay on top. It will catch up with you. I've always kind of been that person to just do the work when I've been given it, which but some people don't, and that's absolutely fine. Start making little things. You don't have to go in straight revising. I don't revise, but just making some revision because it's so much, and that's what I've learned. There is so much to cover in such a short amount of time. A massive one for me. Listen to your gut is number 6, and I would just say listening to your gut is really important. So for instance, this can be whether school related work, or this can be friendships, or this can be either or anything. Listen to your gut for me is important because I done at the beginning English, media and sociology, and I was 100% that's what I wanted to do. Always wanted to do English. That was just my favourite subject in GCSEs. Loved it. Got into A-level English and I was dreading going into the class. I didn't enjoy my teacher. I didn't like her particularly. My class was just not uplifting, and I feel like when you're doing an English writing based subject, you need some sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, and I just felt really unmotivated to do the work. I just wasn't enjoying it. So when I spoke to a few people about photography, they told me they really enjoyed it. It was coursework based, it was quite simple to just get on with it and do it. I did decide to move, and I didn't wait back for someone to help me, and I didn't wait back for someone to say, oh yeah, maybe you should do it, blah 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 blah. I just went with it because the longer I'd waited, it would have played on my mind. I would have said, oh no, I'll leave it, and it would be a bad mistake because I just didn't enjoy it. And I'm so happy I moved to photography. For me, peer pressure has never been a massive thing. I've never really gone under peer pressure. Quite a confident person. I know what I want, I know my goals. But for some people, I have seen change in college and in other colleges they've changed into now doing things that they wouldn't do beforehand because of the people they're surrounded by. So if you know that these people maybe you're not hanging around with are maybe a little bit toxic, a little bit not what's doing best for you, maybe they're telling you don't do work, come out with us, chill with us and all that, it's good to a point, but at sometimes you've got to realise, are they out for you or are they out for themselves? So number 7 is not everyone will like you. This is a hard one because obviously this is an obvious one, like, but it's hard to talk about because people will still have chips on their shoulders. They'll have heard things from their friends that say don't speak to this person, but not everyone you will get along with. Some people you'll be in class and you're like, shut up. I have a few of them, but to be fair with you, now you're in college, you are focused on yourself, you're focused on your work. It's not like school where you've got to sit in assembly halls with them all the time and you've got to be put into groups with them. It's not really like that. So just understand that not everyone will like you. There will still be bitchiness. There is still bitchiness at my college, for instance. Not more towards me, but towards like people I know and things. But just know that it's not all happy roses and days. Number 8 is try not to be too negative. And I wish I could take this for myself. Because I've gone into college and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I haven't had the best time. I've had a few like ups and downs, whether it's just been like not making that many friends, and I've struggled making friends just because I'm normally a confident person, but I've just not really like thrown myself out there really that much, if I'm completely honest with you. But just understand that if you're negative constantly, you will start to have a negative impact in all of your studies. You'll start going into studies and I can't be asked to do this. So just know that it obviously isn't going to be amazing like it's school, you're still getting taught and things, but just know that if you try to look at it in the positive light, it sometimes does come, and I've tried to look at it in the positive light the last 2 weeks and it has done wonders, and I've actually gone into college wearing my outfits and all of that kind of stuff. And that is something that I want to talk about too, is clothing. You do not have to have the best clothing, the most expensive clothing or anything like that. You do not have to dress a certain way or anything like that. For me, I like dressing not always in jeans and a jumper or leggings and a jumper. I like experimenting with my outfits just because I don't have any real dress code, and I think it's just really cool to dress how you want. And if you honestly always care about what other people are going to say, you're going to struggle in life, in my opinion, just because I think everyone, whatever you wear, it's amazing because it's you and it represents you as a person. And all I've got to say is wear what you want, booze. Like, if you want to wear your Disney jumper, wear your Disney jumper. If you want to wear dungarees, wear your dungarees. If you want to wear jeans and a jumper, that's absolutely fine. Just that isn't added, because I know a lot of people struggle with like weight and things like that, but just you do you, boo. 9 is say yes to a degree. Obviously don't put yourself at danger, but say yes to things that maybe push out your comfort zone. Maybe parties, maybe speaking to people, maybe going to certain places. Push yourself out. For instance, I was invited to a party that this week, and I was like, yeah, of course, like I'm excited and whatever, but inside I am still nervous just because I don't really know that many people going, and I'm going with Dan, so it is alright and things. I know people, but push yourself out of the comfort zone to make friends. Don't just hide yourself back and think, oh, actually, I'm not going to make friends because no one likes me, blah, blah, blah. Say yes to possibilities that might bring you happiness. That's how I would like to look at it. I think it's really important to do. Number 10, finally, which is so important, always ask for a student discount code. Always. Like, always ask, right? So I was getting lunch from one of my favourite lunch places called Fresh near my college. And I didn't even know they did student discount until I walked in and they saw my student lanyard and they were like, we'll give you 10% off the student discount. I was like, yay! Always ask for student discount, because I also went to Pizza Express with my whole family. We got £70 off from the student discount. They are there to help you. Obviously don't give them out and stuff because that is just like taking the mick, but it is so important. Download Uni Days and Student Beans. Those are my favourite ones just because they really do make a difference. And I'm not even saying that to you if you struggle for money and you're in college or uni, they help so much. And I'm not even just saying that. That is a really important point, and that's something I've learned, is to use student. And those are my top 10 things I've learned And to be fair with you, I've learnt so many more, but I just wanted to kind of condense it and just say that it is okay not to have the most amazing time at college, but all I'm saying is keep on top of your work, try and make friends, and just enjoy it. Like, don't think that it's gonna get any worse, because I doubt it will. It will get better. If it's not going great, always drop me a DM. I'm always here to listen to any problems. I love hearing from you guys. Let me know what kind of videos you want this week. I'm daily uploading, attempting. But yes, thank you for watching. I hope this did give you a little bit of insight, and if you are at college, I hope you're doing super well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.